Hello, TheLadyKeziah here. Today is 19th December 2025. How do we reflect and refocus for 2026? As we stand at the threshold of 2026, the tradition of New Year's resolutions feels increasingly inadequate. In a world that moves with dizzying speed, a mere list of wishes is not enough to navigate the complexities of personal growth. To truly evolve, we must move beyond the doing and embrace the becoming. Reflecting and refocusing for 2026 should not be an administrative task. It must be an architectural one. A deliberate process of auditing the foundations of 2025 so we can build a more intentional structure for the year ahead. Let's consider these 3 steps. If they are not for you, they are not for you. You can adopt and adapt any of them. Number 1, step 1, the intellectual audits. Reflecting on 2025. Reflection is the art of turning experience into insights. Before setting a single goal for 2026, you must seriously interrogate the year that has passed, this very year that is ending. Most people fail to grow because they carry the debris of previous years, outdated beliefs, unhelpful habits, and toxic patterns into their future. As long as we don't change and we continually living the same way we have been, of course we'll end up with the same results. There is no rocket science about this. So within the step 1, the intellectual audit, let's look at the success audit, the resistance audit, and then the energy audits, all within the intellectual audits. The success audits. Identify 3 wins for this very year, 2025. Don't just list the achievements. Identify the behavior or mindset that made it possible. Did you win because you were disciplined or because you finally set boundaries? The resistance audits. Where did you wobble? Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, view them as data. Yes. Did the project fail because of a lack of skill? Or because it wasn't aligned with your core values? Then the energy audits, all within the intellectual auditing. Which relationships and activities fueled your world? And which ones left you feeling taken for granted? True reflection requires the honesty to admit what and who no longer fits your evolution. 2 different things I said. What and who no longer fits your evolution. Step number 2, the identity shift. Who are you becoming? Not just doing, but becoming. The mistake most make when planning a new year is focusing on actions. I'll go to the gym. I want to lose weight rather than identity. I am a person who prioritizes my health, and that itself energizes me to exercise. Now you are moving from action into becoming an identity. For 2026, the refocusing must start with identity. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to make my 2026 vision a reality? If your goal is financial freedom like myself, the identity shift should be becoming a steward of resources. Cash flow. Every day you spend money. Are you planning such that every day you receive money? You should be a steward of resources. If your goal is better relationships, the shift is becoming someone who values yourself enough to stop begging for love. So you filter the undeserving in order to embrace those who deserve the love you are willing and ready to equally give out. When you change the identity, the actions follow as a natural response. Refocusing for 2026 means choosing one word or one phrase that represents your becoming. It can be boundaries, expansion, or authenticity. These are for me. If they are not for you, find your words or your phrases too, to serve as your North Star for the next 12 months. Step number 3, strategic refocusing. Strategic refocusing. That could be the 2026 roadmap, the roadmap itself. Once the audit is complete and identity is set, it is then time for action. A lot of people get knowledge and they go straight into action. So many a time they get overwhelmed and they stop. When you get new knowledge, what you do is to allow the knowledge to transform you. It is the who you become that will take action. So it becomes natural for you. Once the audit is set, is complete, and the identity is set, action becomes easier and clearer. However, 2026 demands slow productivity. What do I mean? Slow productivity is the rejection of being busy in favor of being impactful. When we are just busy without being productive, without being fruitful, it is a wasted life. 2026, if you want our results to be different, then slow productivity, meaning we are rejecting everything that will just make us busy without being impactful, without being productive, without being fruitful. How can this be possible? Prune the non-essential. Use a not to-do list. We've been taught and we do so well with the to-do list. What about the not to-do list? It's like going into a relationship and knowing all what the things you want from a person. What about the things you don't want? So prune the non-essential. Use a not to-do list so that if something is not for you, you can deem it as a distraction and move on. Transformation requires space. What are you willing to stop doing in 2026 so you can make room for your new identity? Within number 2, the step 2, strategic refocusing, you also have the rule of 3. Do not set 12 goals so you get overwhelmed just within the second quarter. Pick just 3 primary pillars. It can be health, it can be finances, it can be family. Within the family, you can categorize it into marriage, spouse, children, and then your love life. All these 3 can be under family. You know your situation. So it can be health, finances, family, career, internal peace. Any of these, you can pick 3. Get yours if these are not for you. Focus on these with depth rather than breadth. Once you get excellent with these, all the other areas would also be easier for you to work on. Then you have the micro habits over massive overhauls. In 2026, consistency will beat intensity. Instead of an hour of exercising, you can start with just 10 minutes. Yes. These micro habits would reinforce your new identity every single day without triggering the resistance of your old self. If you just get overwhelmed, the chances are you forget your new identity and go back to who you used to be. So take these micro habits over massive overhauls. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell your soul, 2026 should be the year you will decide that you will no longer be an accidental passenger in your own life. Should I repeat? Let your 2026 be a year that you will no longer be an accidental passenger in your own life. Meaning you own your life and you make the life you desire manifest. Think about these things. Much love and blessings.